Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim. This is Fritz. And this is a channel where we talk about everything to do with crafting and being creative. So if you like all that stuff and you like great people, stick around. You're going to like it here. Happy Sunday, right? It's Sunday morning. Good morning. It's nice and cool here this morning. So Fritzy was just helping me make the bed. That was quite productive. Oh my goodness. So good morning. What a great night's sleep. It was nice and cool out. Sorry, just had to check and see what Fritz was getting into. I know I'm a little bit early. Now I'm on time. So, yesterday was quite a day. I can't wait till y'all get here and tell you all about it. Just going to give everybody a few minutes to try to get in so I'm not missing everybody telling the story. Good morning, Margaret. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, anybody that's watching. Now, remember, if this is your first time joining a live, I can't tell you're here unless you write a comment. So if you're new and you're just stopping by, please at least put a hi or a good morning or, any kind of emoji down there in the chat so I know you're here. I'm very happy to have you here. And the reason I'm saying that, Margaret and Christina, is because I have a great story from yesterday's treasure hunt. I cannot wait to share with you guys. I'm so excited. It was such a fun day. Fritzy's acting really weird. Not sick weird, but weird like he's leaning up against my leg like something scared him. He was just out there. I wonder if something out there scared him. Did you get scared by something? Did you? Mommy's right here. Oh, Christy, it's a good one. Let me preface it by saying treasure hunting with my brother is a blast. Absolute blast. Oh my goodness. So fun. He ended up driving my car so I could hold Fritz, and so much fun. It was really a great time. And then I took the four-wheeler and I got a bunch of rocks. Yeah, Margaret, he well, you guys know how shy and quiet he is. Yes, I finished it. There it is. So we can talk about this for a minute. If I can get it down backwards, right? Trying to do it backwards. Ugh. Well, anyway, so it did come out really nice. So what happened was this green. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning. So this green was the last color I was using. I got halfway around the outside rim and ran out of the green. So I had to frog it back off. So let me get this down here. I got to show you. I don't know what I was thinking, hanging it up. There we go. Okay. So you can see that it's on the wire frame. And I haven't tucked my tails in yet. But all right, Fritzy, I'm right here. I don't know what's scaring you, but I'm right here. So this was a granny square that I had already done. And then I decided to attach it to this wire frame. So yeah, the green, I'm going around. I'm like, okay, here I go. And then I ran out of the green. So I had to pull it off and go with the brown. And I'm kind of glad I did. I like how it looks that way. It's almost like it's framed, right? And I think I'm going to hang it like a diamond almost behind the headboard of the bed here in the camper. Why not? I'm not surrounded by enough crochet. Is there ever enough crochet? I don't think so. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I put up a few videos this morning. I'm not sure what you're doing, honey, but I wish you'd stop. Okay. Did you stop? Okay. So, so yeah, I was sitting out crocheting that with my sister-in-law. And then I explained to her, I'm like, this is what I call crochet roulette. I'm spinning the wheel and hoping for the best, but I knew I was going to run out. So she's like, just pull it out. And she helped me pick the color. So it came out really pretty. I really like it. I have another one of those squares at home. So I might start another granny square with this outside color here, start it, and then work my way out, because it is it right here? Yeah, it's this yarn I'm working with. So if I start in the middle and then work all these colors out, I think that would be really pretty. It's not, yeah. So I might actually end up with green being the last one on the next one. I think that would be pretty awesome. So that's what I'm going to do with this. And then I just got a text from my friend Lori. So Lori, I don't know if you're on. Good morning. She reminded me that I'm doing a baby blanket for her. So I've got to step that up, get myself going on that. Where is my phone? Because it's very important I find something for you. Oh, for goodness sakes. There it is. So, so yesterday, you guys all heard my brother wanted to go garage sailing, right? So we hop in the car, and I only thought there was one garage sale. What he didn't know, yeah, nice. And it really came out great, Margaret. When I first started it, I was like, I don't know how this is going to look, but I really like it. So I'm definitely going to do the other one. So I said to my brother, you know, I know of one garage sale. Well, he's like, well, I think I saw a sign for a couple others. Well, it turned out the little town that we drive through to get here was having their town-wide garage sale. So they were everywhere. So we hop in my Jeep and we take off. Well, I have Fritz's stroller in the back of my Jeep. Yeah, that would be beautiful, Margaret. Remember, please show me when you do it. Good morning, Karen. How are you? Good morning. I'm just starting my treasure hunt story. So my brother found a town where there's garage sales everywhere, popping up everywhere. So what he didn't know was I had the stroller for Fritzy in the back of the Jeep. So we parked at one of the houses. I pull out the stroller and I put Fritzy in it, and he's sitting up like he loves it. And my brother's like, are you kidding me? I said, no, Fritzy needs his stroller. It's easier for me to push him. I can look. So he tries to walk away from me. Anybody that walked next to me, I was like, that's my brother. And he's trying to ignore me because I have a dog in a stroller. And everybody was cracking up. He's like, oh, you're such a jerk. He was so funny. And then, oh, that was fun. And I walked by some people with a baby in a stroller, and I'm like, see, they have their baby in a stroller. Why is it so bad for me to have my baby in a stroller? He's like, you're just ridiculous. So we went to that one garage sale, and so then I said to my brother, it was so funny. He's like, I don't know her. The next house, he gets out and goes, thanks for the ride, lady. As these people were walking by, I'm like, oh, no. I said, he's my brother. He's pretending he doesn't know me. Oh, it was a blast. We had a good time. So we get to this one house. Let me pull up the picture. They had a bunch of, I don't know, antiques and stuff, right? So where is it? Not videos. I want all of it. Library. I got to try to find it. I'm on videos for some reason. Also, okay, let's do this. Okay. So they had a bunch of all different sorts of stuff, and I saw this planter. Well, how tired I would get carrying it. So they had this planter there, and it's a 3-tier wrought iron planter. Right, and I was like, oh, you can see the very bottom of it over here. So I saw that thing. Now, remember, I told you guys yesterday that I had to stop and get cash before I went to garage sailing. Well, he didn't want to stop. So I said, all right, then you're going to have to pay for everything and I'll pay you back. Yeah, Karen, it's beautiful. So I saw this planter and they wanted $20 for it. And I was like, Now, the woman had told me that the guy running it was a husband and wife. And she told me that her husband, well, she said, if we don't sell it, he's just going to scrap it. I'm like, okay, so he has no idea how cool this thing is or what it's worth or whatever. So she's like, yeah, I'm asking 20. And I looked at him and I'm like, I'll give you 10 and get it out of your hair right now. He goes, sold. I was like, Al, give him $10. And we did. So we got it for $10. I came home here, I put my plants on it, and it's perfect. So that was really cool. So we puttered around a bit. And then, of course, you guys all know my nephew, Eddie. He loves things that make noise. And my brother found a tambourine for him. My sister's going to kill him when she gets home. They're out in Myrtle Beach right now. My sister's going to choke him when she gets home. All the way, he's like, dee, I found something new for Eddie. And he's jingling it. I'm like, oh, man. She's gonna be mad at you. But so let's see what else. So the car was up a hill and sitting up there, and now we're downhill. I've got Fritz in the stroller. So I said to my brother, I'm like, why don't you drive? Go get the Jeep, because we had like 10, 15 more houses to visit. It was almost like a trick-or-treating when you're a kid. It's really fun. So, oh, I know, Karen, I can't. So, oh, he was so happy. It's actually in his camper right now. So he goes and he gets the Jeep and he carries my planter for me. And he's like, you're going to walk? I said, yeah, because it was all downhill. I'm like, of course I'll walk. So we drove and we went to a few others, and there was some really cool stuff. He had a guy start a tractor, random tractor. When in Rome, you know, I'm very rural out here. So he's talking to the guy about a tractor, and some lady whispers to me, she goes, he's very informative. And I went, yeah, whether you want him to be or not. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Ruth, I want to show you real quick. I want to show you the planter because I don't want you to miss it. This was part of the treasure hunt yesterday. Not the flowers, obviously, but the really cool planters. It's a 3-tiered wrought iron planter. I don't know if the other picture shows the planter more. No. Well, maybe it does. So that's how I have it set up in front of my camper right now. So, okay, so we finished that group. Now my brother decides he wants to drive because I'm holding Fritz. I think I made him nervous. But anyway, so we go driving around and we find more garage sales. And then we found the one that I originally saw that I wanted to go to. So we get out and we're looking around. And first I spotted this. Okay. The pom-poms are hot glued on, and it's on a paper cone. It's really cute, right? And they've got picots on the top. It's like a fan stitch with picots on it. I like it. I like how they have a little bit of green, like there's snow on it, and then so yeah, I really like that. She gave me this free, and I'll tell you why. I look on the ground in a bag, not this one. I don't want to show you this one yet. And I saw this. You guys know me and rescuing blankets, right? This thing is queen size, not a tear, or, well, there might be one. I think I found one spot where I need to stitch it. Isn't this awesome? I can see you guys through the squares. I love this blanket. So I turned to the woman and I said, yes, totally 70s. And I said to her, I said, what are you asking for the blanket? And she goes, oh, my grandmother made that. She goes, if you like it, just take it. And I was like, okay. So she's like, yeah. She said, if someone else can love it and appreciate it, she goes, go ahead and take it. So as I'm taking, I know, it gets better. As I'm taking this to the Jeep, the man from her family was sitting on the steps of the house, and he's yelling, yeah, grandma made that, and, you know, stuff like that. So that gets to the car. I know, it's beautiful. I love it. So then I turn around and I see this one on the ground. Now, it was laying in a heap like this. So I couldn't really tell what it was, right? So let me get this big one off my lap so I can show you guys properly this other one. Hold on. It's probably going to stay right here in the camper because it covers the bed perfectly. I mean, it legit covers the whole bed. Yeah, so I have a new bedspread. Okay, I'll have to take it home and wash it, but it smells really good too. So they kept it somewhere nicely. Okay, so I see this one laying in a hump. And I said to her, I said, well, what about this one? And she goes, oh, she says, that was my attempt at crochet. She said, it's the only thing I've ever tried. She says, and it was supposed to be a square blanket. She said, but it came out round. So it's this giant round, I think somewhere around right here is where she rounded out the corners. She just stopped making corners, but the colors are like old school Americana, blue, red, white, and blue. And it's round. And I told you guys we have that that military reunion here in August, right? I love it too. So we have, my brother got these really big, you know, the things that they put the wires on and you can turn them into tables. My brother's got a couple of those. Thank you. Good morning, Marianne. I need to talk to you in a minute too. I'll finish with this first. But so she said, the girl that was selling, you know, at the garage sale, she's like, oh my God. She goes, yes, the big, huge ones. Yeah. So we turn them for our family reunion and for that military reunion. We use them for tables, kind of set up throughout the area. So this is definitely going to be a cover on one of those tables because it's perfect, red, white, and blue. So she says to me, right? She says to me, she goes, really? You're going to take that? I said, oh my goodness. I said, I love it. She goes, it's free. Just take it. And then I had turned around and asked her, what about the Christmas tree? And she goes, oh my goodness. She goes, anything crochet, take it. Well, in the meantime, my brother was, you know, chatting with people because he's so shy and quiet. So he's like, you know, she does a YouTube channel and he starts talking about Fortunate Creations. And next thing I know, people are asking me for my card. And I'm talking crochet with these people. They're scanning and they're scanning the barcode or the QR code on my card. And then this little girl comes up, not little, she was probably, I'm guessing 12 or 13, adorable as can be. And she comes up to me, she's like, did I hear you say you crochet? And I start talking because you know you say crochet and off I go, right? So I start talking crochet with her and she's like, I love it. And then her dad walks over and he goes, she loves it. He said, she is obsessed with it. And I said, me too. I said, I crochet at least 3 to 6 hours a day, depending on what my day is. I said, keep up with it, keep going. And then I told her, I said, she should enter something in the fair. And oh, it was such, because I said, it is so cool. We get back in the Jeep and I said to my brother, I said, see, that's one thing about crocheting. It is so personal to people that everybody has a story about it. These people had stories about it. And once I started talking, and the woman was so excited that I was giving grandma's blanket a new life and she was so excited because I told her, I said, you are my show tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about you, this and that. So like I said, if you guys are here and I just don't know it, all you have to do is just say hi or something in the chat so I know you're here. It was, I'm still smiling about it because it was so cool. I mean, like I said, crochet just, it's close, you know? Yeah, it was, and all the way home, he was like, that was kind of neat. And yeah, it was kind of neat. And that's why I do it, you know? And I told the girl that came up and talked to me, I told her that I was starting, or that I had started a crochet club at the library. And she's like, what library? And I had to tell her it was an hour away, you know? She's like, well, no, the town here is Schoharie. And she's like, well, my mom works at the Schoharie Public Library. And And she would love clubs like that. And I'm thinking I could probably volunteer to do a club on the weekends, but then what if it was such a great day, Karen? But what about when summer's over and then I'm driving out an hour? I don't know. I'm still pondering the thought of reaching out to the Schoharie Library to see if if they have a club or if I could start a club for them. I just love doing it. I love talking to people, meeting new people, crocheting with people. So yeah, this blanket is definitely going on the table. At first I thought it was homespun because you see how it, but when I touch it, it's not. I think it looks like it's all half doubles. If I'm looking at it right. Right. Exactly, Marianne. Oh, a bee just came in here. Get out of here. Fritz, don't fight the bee. So it's exciting to want, but I don't want to overextend myself, and what if I have, that's a great idea. Or even, yeah, Saturday morning after this, go to the library. So I'll reach out to them and see what their thoughts are and, stuff like that. Or it could be just a summer thing for the kids, a summer camp kind of thing. I could be their Saturday morning crochet camp. Crochet camp. There you go. It was just such a great day all around. So then we were home by, I want to say noon, 11:30 noon. You know me, so I can tell you this because it's just so me. So we're puttering around, and friends always stop over this and that when they see us here. So I'm sitting on my swing crocheting, and one of our friends stops over, and we're chatting for a while. All of a sudden, I look down and I realize I had my shirt on backwards the whole day. Like when I was talking to you guys, I had my shirt on backwards, not inside out, but backwards the whole day. And I'm like, oh, and I said to my friend, I'm like, okay. I said, so this is what you get. And my shirt's on backwards. And it's just, whatever. I'm me. I am what I am. I can't. This is what you get. So, and it wasn't a couple hours later, I finally remembered and said, oh, yeah, I should turn my shirt around. And then he's not. Well, thank you. Maybe that's why it kept falling down. I don't know. Anyway, it was on backwards. I mean, it was like a tank top, but I almost did that this morning, Marianne. I was pulling my shorts up. I'm like, wait, why does it feel weird? I'm like, oh, you're trying to put them on backwards. It's going to be that kind of day. Oh, my goodness. So, all right, what else? Let me tell you. Can you imagine all the stuff that goes on in one day? Oh, Ruth, I've actually, when I worked, I have been sitting in my boss's office because we had one-on-ones every week. All of a sudden, I looked down and I saw the tag that's supposed to be inside was sticking out. I'm like, oh, my shirt's inside out. Nice. They just didn't know. So yeah, that's me. So okay, so my brother did the mowing, and now so my sister-in-law, her grandsons were in a fishing tournament yesterday, and she's got the younger one. Well, there you go. I have 4 different tops. I could wear it wrong every way or right every way. So the kids are in this fishing tournament every year. And the littlest one won biggest fish caught in his age group and biggest fish caught for the day. So isn't that cool? Little guy. I mean, maybe 8, 9, I think he is. So yeah, that was really neat. So Margaret, you had a pattern for a line tank to shape the same front and back. That's awesome. Margaret, that's awesome. Is it sewing or? I would love to see the pattern. Who knows? Maybe that would prompt me to actually use my new sewing machine that I've never even plugged in. Still in the plastic. So maybe that would prompt me. Oh, I don't want to change subjects too fast. Yeah, so he won. He was so proud of himself. So I thought that was really cute. And then she came home and we went for ice cream. So Fritzy and I shared. Good morning, Dottie. Good morning. So we all piled in my sister-in-law's car and we all went for, oh, okay. Well, maybe we can make up one. New patterns. We'll find it. Well, the shirt that I made is kind of, yeah, he was, oh, so proud holding it. I think it was like a 13 or a 17-inch fish. It was really cute. So I think they gave him a new fishing pole for it. So yeah, we went for ice cream. So my sister-in-law gets a chocolate shake. I got a root beer float because ever since I had that one the other day, now that's all I can think of. And my brother gets a strawberry sundae. So the kid that was kind of waiting on us wasn't very helpful when you're asking him what size everything is. Okay. All right. So the kid was kind of just like, well, it's this size or this size. So my brother goes, all right, just give me a large. So the kid, he hands my brother this giant sundae. And it's strawberry with the works. It's got the whipped cream, the nuts, the cherry, the this, the that. My brother's like, you got a shovel? So we sat and enjoyed ice cream. And it was right around 4 o'clock. So I said, look at us as adults ruining our dinner because we're having ice cream at 4 o'clock. So that was cool. Fritz loved it. He, for the record, he loves root beer floats. Where is it? Oh, he's sleeping right there. So yeah, and then we came back and I decided I wanted to go get those rocks. So I'm lining that garden at home. I was just going to throw in the little rocks, and then in my head, I said, wouldn't it be neat to line the new garden with bigger rocks and fill the little rocks in? Well, we've got, as you saw in the videos yesterday, we've got creek beds everywhere. So I put Fritzy in his little front basket, chained him in with his harness, his little safety harness, and off we went, he and I, into the woods to find the creek beds. 2 loads of rocks. So yeah, so 2 loads of rocks, all different sizes, from this size to ones I could barely lift. And of course, the one I could barely lift, I set it on the seat behind me because it was kind of flat. Yeah, 32 scoops. Yum. Yeah, I love ice cream. I'm not proud of how much I love ice cream, but I do love it. I don't know that I've found a flavor I don't like. My favorite's coffee. Coffee ice cream is absolutely my favorite. Yeah. Oh, I wonder how coffee ice cream would taste in a root beer float. Probably weird. But so anyway, Fritzy and I, when I get out to the creek bed, I take him out of his little basket and let him run around. He's playing in the creek and this and that. So the big rock was kind of flat, so I set it on the seat behind me because I could barely get it up. Yeah, I could barely get it up onto the 4-wheeler, so I set it there. And don't you know, the second, because I had to go down a slight incline, I had to put on the brakes, and this rock slid off and nailed me right in the back of the leg. I'm fine, but it was so annoying. Yeah. It was absolutely so annoying. So now, yeah, not only did I have to pick it up once and put it on the 4-wheeler, I could have said the heck with it, and obviously that rock was not meant to be mine, but no, now it becomes personal. And I'm like, oh no, you're coming home with me. So I lugged it. I'm talking, this thing is, my arms are a little sore this morning. I got it back up and I secured it, and it's now in the Jeep. So the whole back of the Jeep is filled with rocks. I can't. Remember I told you yesterday my goal was to clean the Jeep? Well, I organized it, and then I have these little bins. I lined them all up and filled them with rocks. So yeah, I'm not even bruised, I don't think, but it was still annoying. Oh yeah, I am a little bit, but it's still annoying. I mean, it took me all that to get up on there, and then the dang thing falls off. Fritz was not happy. That's exactly what I did, Marianne. I just moved things neatly around. I took the containers for the, they're just, well, they're like little containers you would set like on the shelves, only they're bigger. I just lined the back of the Jeep with it and just kept putting the rocks in it. So the rocks aren't, one, just rolling around the back of the Jeep, and two, they might be easier for me to dump each container at a time. So yeah, that was that was an adventure. I'm kind of toying with the idea of one more load of rocks. We'll see how my co-pilot likes it. he was hot and tired by the time we were done, to the point where I was checking his gums to make sure he wasn't like dehydrated or pale. He was okay. I put him on the bed with the fan, and I gave him an ice cube, and he was fine within a couple minutes. He just got hot. He's not used to being that hot or in the direct sun that long. So, and then at dinner time, of course, dinner time was 8 o'clock last night because we had ice cream at dinner. My sister-in-law made the best steaks. So good. So, yeah. So, and I wanted all different size rocks, Margaret, because, I wanted to line the outside, but I also wanted to put a couple bigger ones in the between plants just for, decoration. Oh no. Yeah, my hip is starting to hurt, Karen, and I think my that cortisone shot I got, I think it wore off. So my hip is thinking about so my warranty's up on that too. You have to buy rocks in Florida. Melissa, I wish shipping wasn't so expensive. I'd mail you some rocks. I'd ship them down to you. We legit have so many. I said to my brother, I'm going picking rocks. He goes, oh, get all you need. All you need. So it's supposed to be like 82 here today. Partly cloudy. So when I hang up here, as my brother says, we're going to, it's called a farm swap. Yeah, I'm sorry. We do have a lot of rocks. As a matter of fact, one of my friends that was here for a visit, he works at a rock quarry. So we have all the rocks you need. And if we don't have them, he can make them. So there you go. Yeah. I actually kind of collect them. So the day that Jude was born, I was walking out of the hospital and they had these really cool rocks in their garden, and I just reached down and grabbed one. So I have that rock. Stuff like that. If something momentous is happening, I'll grab a rock for that occasion. Put it in something, keep it somewhere. Yeah, it's and the cool thing is, Margaret, I know I'm a tomboy at heart. One of the cool things is you lift up those rocks and you never know what's under there. Really cool. I mean, not if there's a spider, you know me, I don't want that. But it's really cool. Yeah. So I like to put them in the gardens, in my planters. You'll notice when you see some of my planting videos, I have little rocks in there or birds or whatever. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I did sleep good last night. The night was cool, but I went to bed later than normal. But yeah, so I do like to collect rocks. For a while, when my mom and I were going to the ocean a lot, I was collecting shells. But I haven't been to the ocean in 8 years, maybe. Yeah. Wow, that makes me sad. So 20, maybe more, maybe 10 years. So I need to get myself to the ocean. I should just throw Fritz in the Jeep and drive. Let's go. We're going to the ocean. I could do live from the road for you guys. Yeah, so that I might do one more load of rocks today because I know I'm going to get home. I'm going to start that garden and I'm going to not have enough. I know it. I can feel it. So if I just push back what I already have and do another row of rocks, although my body's like, hey, how about we don't lift rocks today? So I was starting to tell you, after we hang up here, there's a farm swap. It's so fun. So it's kind of like a farmer's market, but they actually have like livestock and ducks and geese and goats and pigs and guinea pigs and birds and chickens and you name it. They have the coolest stuff there. So I'm going to put Fritz in the stroller. So if my brother's watching, yes, I'm bringing Fritz. Put him in the stroller, and I'm going to show him. A couple of times they even had like donkeys. That's where my sister got her goats that my brother-in-law's convinced I talked her into. That, Karen, that's where I used to go a lot, is the Gulf of Mexico, because my dad lived on that side of Florida. So I would go and see him. Oh, that's cool. Margaret, I actually, now, don't tell on me, because I didn't know we weren't supposed to do it when I did it. I actually have coral from the Dominican Republic, a chunk of it. It was cool. It was on the beach. I'm like, whoa, that's really neat. And so that's really cool. Well, you got to tell us the story, Margaret. I would love to hear it. First of all, Tunisia, that's really cool. Second of all, I'd love to see a picture of the rock. And you know me and stories. I love stories. If I would stop talking for a minute, you could tell it. But then if I stopped talking, I'd just be staring at you guys and you'd be staring back. And where's the fun in that? Yeah, so it's fun to pick up something and bring it back with you from somewhere that has a story to it. Like I did with that rock the day my grandson was born. Now I always know that's his rock, you know? Remember back in the 80s when we had pet rocks? Okay, you guys. Remember yesterday we were talking about music? Okay? And I told you that song, We Are Family. My mother used to make us dance to it. I'll be darned if I didn't get in the car and that song was playing on the radio. I smacked my brother and he's like, what? I said, do you remember Mom used to make us dance that? He goes, no. I'm like, oh, of course not, because you weren't one of the sisters. But that song was playing. Come on. All right, Margaret, perfect. If you could post it on Facebook, that'd be awesome. I can't wait. So, so that freaking song was playing. I turned it up. I'm like, I cannot believe that song of all of them came on the radio. I was laughing. It was just my mom going, ha, now you have to hear it because you're trapped in the Jeep. That's all there is to it. It is Murphy's Law, right? It is PTSD, though. I'm like, no, I'm not dancing. I don't want to. I got all my sisters with me. I can't believe I forgot to tell you that. I did. My poor brother. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, what? Stop hitting me. Yeah, that was, first of all, Mom would love that I'm spending so much time with my brother. She always used to say, give your brother a call. See what your brother's, you know. And it wasn't until recent years that my brother and I are getting closer, and I love it. So that was definitely Mom loving the fact that Al and I were going treasure hunting together. Wait till she sees today. When we go down and check out all the farm animals, I do love it. But there's also like all kinds of handmade products, like the soaps and everything, the herbs, the herbal teas, that you name it. If a farmer can, and pickles, if a farmer can make it, it's down there. And it's really cool because they have a Facebook page where everybody tells everybody else what they're bringing. and or what they're looking for, so people know what to bring. It's pretty neat. So, trying to think, what else did I forget to tell you guys? Did you guys see the video of Fritzy in a stroller at the campfire? I like to have him outside, but once it gets darker, he gets nervous. And we heard coyotes last night, so he got nervous. So I'm like, you know what? I took 2 of my jean jackets and I threw them in there because it was chilly. And he snuggle-bugged right in there. Wow, you're twins. I don't know if I could take that. That's cool. My niece and nephew are twins. 2 of my best friends in school were twins, brother and sister. I shared a locker with her from 5th grade till we graduated. Isn't that funny? Yeah. That's neat. Yeah, so I mean, a couple of things. I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, it's a few things. Like I'm so much younger than my siblings that it was hard for me to be super close with any of them. So it was usually mom and I that were really close. We'd go shopping. We'd do things that sisters would normally do. And then my brother's raising his family, this and that. So I kind of got a little close with my sisters. And then, I don't know, coming up here, now it's fun hanging out with my brother. And he knows things. Don't tell him, though. If he's listening, don't tell him. I don't want him to know that I think he's smart. So last weekend, speaking of my brother, last weekend, I don't know if you remember, he wanted me to plant those dang radishes. And it was 1 billion degrees out, and I was hot. So I just put them in where I'm like, they're fine here. Well, he didn't like where I planted them. So he said, I'm going to get new radishes, and you're going to plant them. I said, okay, because I like helping with the garden. So over the week, I was at Lowe's, and I bought seeds. Looks like that on the front. I just looked at them. They're beets. So I'm going to plant beets in the garden. I don't even know if I like beets. He is a hoot. Oh, he's a hoot. All right. So I don't even know if I like beets, but I grabbed beets instead of radishes because they were seeds and they were red, and I don't know. All right. So we're going to have beets. Surprise! I do have radishes too, though, because I got 4 packets and I read the other packets and they were radishes, but oh, good, Ruth. I mean, it's tough. Life happens, you know. So it's nice to reconnect, and it's kind of fun. I mean, you're seeing your family now as adults, so you can be friends. You know what I mean? That's real. That's awesome, Ruth. Are they close? Are they nearby? Or do you have to travel to see them? Like my siblings are an hour away, but I think like my one sister passed when I was 5. So I really didn't, I remember the loss. I remember the family being sad, but I didn't really experience an hour away. Okay, like me. So I didn't really experience that. But when my other sister passed a few years ago, that hit me really hard. So I think now I'm actually, and plus losing my mom and dad, I'm actually appreciating my family so much more. So, well, good, Christina. Oh, all right, Lisa. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. That's really nice. So I think, and I am I mad at myself for saying this, that the loss of my family made me realize the rest of my family is so important, you know? So definitely treasuring my family. I will not miss anything. If they're like, do you wanna? I'll be like, yes, I do. You wanna go here? Yes, I do. You wanna go to a concert? Absolutely. Are you camping this weekend? Absolutely. So No, are they sweet, Karen? Because I was looking at this picture and I'm like, people eat beet green. What about, you do like a beet salad, right? You can put them in salads. I think it'd be fun. I'll do a patch of beets. Where do you, let's see. No, 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 it's in a different language. Oh, here it is. Home canning and pickling. So, full sun, good. Okay, so a 1/2 inch. So I have to do it a 1/2 inch down. All right. 4 inches apart, 60 days to harvest. So I better get it in there. It's June 1st, July, so the end of August. Perfect. That's perfect. So I'll do that before it gets too hot, unless he's rushing me out to go to the farm spot. So yeah, Ruth, after beet juice, oh, yada, 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 I have to replant. Yeah. I get it, Ruth. That's terrible. Now, wait a minute. What's the difference? This package here, the seeds go all the way up to here. This package here, the seeds go to here. I mean, like, there's nothing in here. I don't see. There's no difference. Why is one so much? You're a rooster. Bad rooster. Put a jacket on him. A jacket of shame. I see people dressing up their chickens. I crack up. I can't even take it. Yeah, so I don't see what the difference in these packets, but it's definitely. Oh my goodness, Melissa. See, I'm jealous. I would love to have all those animals. I just don't have the place or space, you know. This is weird. I don't know. They say they do it by weight. Who am I? Who am I? Oh, turkeys are fun. Is it true that turkeys will drown if they're looking up? Is that true? I heard it. I heard it on the internet. It must be true. Noodles. Oh, that's so fun. Ruth, have you ever given your chicken pasta? I would give mine spaghetti and they'd run around dangling it. That's an adorable name. Noodles. That's good stuff right there. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get these all planted today. Never grew beets before, so we're all learning, right? That's so funny. So what I did was one day I had leftover spaghetti, and I did it in, because I didn't want them to choke. I did it in strings like this big. Oh my goodness. Rusty. Looking up and drown. Yeah, that's what I heard too, Margaret. That's what I heard. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never witnessed it, so I can't either way. But, so yeah, I chopped up the pasta and gave it to my chickens, and they loved it. So, I don't either. It could be a wives' tale. I'll ask my brother. He knows everything about everything. I'll ask him. So speaking of roosters, when this was our farm, we had one of those like foghorn leghorns. Now I'm saying he was this big. He probably wasn't. I was little and he just seemed huge. We didn't name him other than the fact that probably like killer or monster or devil or something. He was the meanest animal I've ever met ever. So you would try to go in and get the eggs from the chickens and this thing would come up. And he had the, like roosters have that thing. He hit my mother one time so bad, like the back of her leg was all ripped open. Yeah, in my head, he was as tall as me, but he probably was because I was tiny. But yeah, spurs. So yeah, he had these giant spurs on him and he would come at you and hit you with them. It's terrifying. Go get the eggs. No, I will not go get the eggs. I will not go get the eggs. You go get them because that terrible, awful bird is out there. He was bad. And we had 2 geese, Samson and Delilah. They were a little mean too. Not as bad as that rooster, but they were a little mean. And in their defense, they were sitting on eggs. And I used to sit, like the eggs were down, and I'd sit on the corral above them and stare at them. So they were probably very intimidated, but I wanted to see what was going on. Turned out the eggs got rotten because they just were sitting on them for months. As a kid, I didn't know. I'm like, does it take months to hatch eggs? I don't know. But it didn't. And when they broke, whoa, whoa. No, Karen, he ended up giving away. Well, I don't know. Full disclosure, I don't know. I don't think so because so he's listening. I don't think we had him for dinner. Well, I don't think we ever did. I think he was just gently rehomed. Or I just never saw him again, so I don't know. Whatever. That's a great idea. Yeah, but I'm telling you, like in my head, because I was little, that chicken was as big as me. He probably was not. Oh, Fritz is barking at my brother. Mm-hmm. I know, we all bark at him, Fritzy. It's okay. He's so funny. He wants my brother's attention. So, yeah, so I mean, farm life is very exciting. Fritzy, there he is. They're saying hi, Al, which you probably know because you're watching. You creeper. It's a creeper. So we had on top of all the animals that we had a dog named Shotzi. She was a little Scotty dog, and she would have puppies. Back then, I mean, it's the 50s, 60s. The dog never got spayed. She would have so many puppies, and we had an old silo. So she had this huge silo to play with the puppies. Oh my God, as a kid, I would get in there and just sit on the ground and all these puppies. Is that not the best childhood ever? Yeah, it absolutely is. Look at Fritzy's out in the yard staring at my brother's camper. He's so cute, you guys. I can't. He's looking at the barn where the dogs are, and he's looking at my brother's camper like, where is everybody? Yeah, so those puppies, and we always found homes for them, but they were always these cute little curly puppies, and they were everywhere. It's cool. Hello, Al. Everybody, there he is, the infamous. You guys tell him to quit yelling at me. We'll go in a minute. Yeah, so I will have another treasure hunt for you guys today. It'll be a different type. I think I'm actually just going to turn my phone on. See, he's so sweet to me. Careful, Nightbot will block you, Al. We used to, yeah, it's really cool. Hold the kittens, play with the puppies. Then there was baby ducks. Just making sure Fritz is okay. He hears his dogs barking, and he's like, where is everybody? He gets so excited. So it's fun to have all the animals around you. I mean, we had baby goats born on Christmas morning, I believe. You know, stuff like that. It's fun. But when I learned I was allergic to bees was when I was playing with baby chickens. Right here. So that was an experience. But yeah, farm life is awesome. You just never know what you're going to find. Is it going to be, you know, is it going to be a baby farm animal? Is it going to be a baby wild animal? Oh, my brother the other day was walking, I don't know, somewhere on the property, and he found 2 babies deer, just born. He said they were still wet, like just born. So you just never know what you're going to walk up upon. That's pretty cool. So, oh, before I forget, Marianne, thank you for mentioning me in one of your videos. That was very nice. Thank you. I was watching that this morning. So it was and I like your camper. From what I saw, it's very nice. So I'll be watching more of your videos as well. Everybody check her out. Check out Marianne. She does some videos and stuff like that. I haven't checked out a lot, so I can't talk a lot about what you do, but I will be watching more, and thank you very much for everything. All right, so I'm going to start closing down today. Remember, thummies if you haven't, but I think everybody has. Al, give me a thumbs up if you figure out how to do it. Yeah, so I will have a video from the farm swap today. I think you guys are going to love it. It's going to be cool. hopefully there's going to be lots of crazy chickens and rabbits and goats. Oh my. So we will see. Yeah, so we're going to, oh yeah, poor Al, whatever. My mother always used to say that. How can one boy pick on you girls? All right, you guys have a great Sunday. I will see you live from camp again tomorrow morning with some more adventures, I'm sure. So remember, always, everybody, be happy, be kind, be creative, and be back here tomorrow. Thanks, guys. All right. Goodbye. Bye, guys.